My book is about finding the authentic self. Basically, it's a stepping stone process to develop your recognition tools of when you're in trauma, when you're acting out of alignment with your truth, when you're attracting to yourself dysfunctional behaviour, relationships, when you're being dysfunctional. And it gives you stepping stones to align with your soul pathway and your inner child. One of the techniques that I developed was a simple process of working out what you grew up in with your family of origin. So it's basically to do with your mother and father, or the people who were your parenting you. And it gives you a way to identify the positive and the negative parenting aspects of both your mother and your father. And then what you can do is develop a succinct package of reparenting tools so that your inner child finally starts to get what they've been aching for all their lives. So for me, part of why I've put this out into the world, it was a commitment to spirit. I was very ill for a very long time with chronic fatigue and other complications, and I basically prayed for help, and I asked to be given something to stay alive. And I was given creative writing. This book came through after about a year of doing a novel, and when I sat down to continue on with the novel, Spirit told me to put the novel away and open a new file and just start writing. So it became a commitment over many, many years to keep writing, redrafting it, and living what I'd channeled from Spirit. And then I got taught by Spirit about the harmonics of words and how I had to find the right word to enable the work to move through the resistance of readers and into the heart of the truth within for those readers. So there's been a lot of work over a long period of time, and as I've developed as a human being and improved my inner landscape, the book also has been improved. And for me now, I'm living proof of what the book can give people. And I was a pretty dysfunctional and depressed kid, and at the age of 17, I had a nervous breakdown and was put in a psychiatric unit for a few months. And it was there that I started to discover that I was taking on other people's emotions. And it was there I began my experiments on me. So throughout the book, you'll find what worked for me, and you'll see what may work for you. Just take what you like and leave the rest. This is the second edition. The first edition was published in about 2003, and I had enough feedback from people who read it at that time and around those years of my development to understand that I'd written something quite profound that people really connected with. And I insisted on a few things about that book when I was getting it published. And one of the things was that it had to be in larger print and there had to be more space in it so that people got time to integrate, so that people weren't bogged down by too many words on a page. The feedback I got was quite specific over a long period of time. I learnt that people felt like it was very, very easy to read and absorb the information. Some people read it like they couldn't put it down. They just said, I read it over the weekend, I just couldn't put it down. Other people said that they would read a bit, put it down, and then go away and have a little think about it. And memories would arise or realizations would arise for them. And other people said to me it was like having a cup of tea chat with a good friend. They got a lot out of it just using it as like opening it to any page. One woman said to me that it was really amazing. She would go through her day. She'd have the book by her bed. A lot of people kept it on their bedside table. And she said, I'd go through the day and there'd be ups and downs with the family or something had happened at work. And then she said, I'd come home and I'd open the book at a page and there was the exact situation that I've just been through in that day. And it was really magical for me. So I know that this work is meant to be out in the world. The Spirit told me that it was written for the masses, and that there would be a time where I would take the book out in the world and the book would take me out in the world. So we're here. And also that I'd be doing this at the 11th hour. And for me, that's about the timing of the planetary change. And the 11th hour is like, we better pull our fingers out, folks, because if we don't heal what's on the inside and hurting, we cannot heal what's on the outside around us. And that means your children, helping your parents wake up, the environment. Like, we have to look at what we need, not what we want. Wants often come from a feeling of deficit within. And we often gather, like especially in the first world countries, we often gather a lot of stuff that really doesn't improve our lives. It clutters them up. And I'm one of them. I have a lot of art equipment. I was very much a frustrated little artist that didn't get shown how to draw when I was young. And as a person in my early 20s, I was encouraged to draw, but I had a lot of confusion trying to understand some of the instructions in the book, and I put it down and walked away from it. Many years later, when I started to understand that the inner child healing was paramount to my healing my whole self, I had an early childhood memory of being given a comic when I was 4 to read while Mum was in the dentist. That comic, when I opened it and saw what was in those pages, and I couldn't read at that stage, I was just entranced. I wanted to be able to do that. I wanted to be able to draw pictures like that and make stories. What I was actually doing, I discovered many years later, was living the life that my father wanted me to live. Really, I was out of alignment with my truth a lot of the time when I was growing up, because that's the way a lot of us were parented in those days. It wasn't about finding what you love, as my kid, encouraging you to do what you love doing. It was about, you live the life that I never got to live. I'm going to push you down these and encourage you down these particular pathways, and I'm going to get some satisfaction out of seeing you achieve what I couldn't achieve or what I never got an opportunity to do. And as much as it looks like helping kids get a life, it's not the life that they're here to live. And when you start to define what your parents gave you as positive tools and what they gave you as negative tools, and you define the difference, what worked for you and what didn't, you will start to understand what's really you and what's not, and how you might be living your life according to what your parents taught you to do. And it might be totally out of alignment with what your true heart and soul needs. So that's a 2-minute rave, and I think we're up 10 minutes now. So bye for now. Hope you get the book. I'd love to know what you think of it. I'd love to know how it helps you change your life for the better. So, yeah, let me know. Bye for now. So I'm on a learning curve with this promotional thing, because as much as I like public speaking, putting myself out this far into the world is a challenge. So if you're interested in reading my book, click on the link below and subscribe to my channel, and let's keep dialoguing, let's keep chatting. Ask me questions. I've done a lot of spiritual counselling with people, and I really love helping people get that aha moment. I really love it when all of a sudden the penny drops and people go, oh, wow. That's part of the joy of my life, helping others to get to the truth within. Take care. Bye for now. Click on the link.